All right, hello and welcome. This is a quick start training video. If you are a physician or practice owner and you're looking to bring in patients into your practice using social media marketing, specifically Facebook, you're in the right place. This is a quick start guide on how to very quickly get some Facebook ads up and running that are going to work, that are going to bring in leads for your business, for your practice. This is not going to go into a ton of detail. This again is a quick start course. This is going to show you the bare bones, but it's enough to get you up and running and get things going for you. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And first thing we want to do though is we want to make sure you're set up with a business manager account. So you're going to go to business.facebook.com. And so business.facebook.com will take you to a page that looks like this. Go ahead and create an account, sign up, add your page from your practice. And what this will do is it gives you a little bit more security in terms of being able to allow people to access your page on your behalf if you have team members or staff, or if you hire a third-party marketer, without having to give up your personal login for your page. So if you created your Facebook page underneath your Facebook account, traditionally the only way you would be able to do that and give people access would be to give them your password and your login. The business manager allows you to kind of keep two separate accounts and keep it separate and distinct, and gives you more privacy and security. So people can, a marketer or someone on your staff, your team, could access your Facebook page, go in and make changes and posts and settings and things like that, but they would not be able to access your personal profile on your Facebook. So it just kind of gives you more privacy and more security. So go ahead and set that up. There's plenty of tutorials on this online. I'm not going to mess with it for now. If you'd like to get more information on this, you can get into the more advanced course that we have. So the Practice Growth Academy, we go through this in detail on how to set all this up. But this is a quick start guide. We want to get you up and running as quickly as possible. So I'm going to close this out. All right, and so once we get set up inside of Facebook, that business manager, we're going to have a menu that kind of looks like this at the top. You'll be able to tell the difference between Facebook Business Manager and Facebook by this gray bar versus a light blue bar. And up here at the top, if we click on settings on the wheel, that's going to take us to our business manager page. And so our business manager page kind of looks like this. Up at the top on settings, we're going to have a separate drop-down menu. Ad manager is where we're going to end up, but just so you can see, there's a lot of different things we can do in here. Everything from creating posts, a creative hub, so we can create posts that we don't, we're just kind of testing and seeing what they look like, to the pixels, where we install pixels. You can download and upload your images and your assets, etc. Your billing, where you handle your billing, your added credit card information, etc. But we're just going to go to Ads Manager for now. And here's your Ads Manager. Pretty simple, straightforward metric layout. To break it down in three simple pieces, it's basically, we're going to be running ads from the Ad Manager. So this is where we're going to set up new ads, we're going to manage our ads, we're going to kind of pay attention to the numbers and the metrics. But what we're going to do is we're going to just simply look at the Ad Manager. Anytime we run a Facebook ad, it's basically broken down into three parts. We have a campaign, an ad set, and an ad. The campaign is your objective. What are you trying to accomplish? What, are you trying to get traffic? Are you trying to get people to go to a landing page? Are you trying to get people to sign up? Are you trying to get people to like your page? For the sake of what we're trying to accomplish with this quick start training, is we're trying to get people to sign up for an offer. We're trying to get conversions. We're trying to get leads. And then we also want to make sure we target the right people, so that's where the ad sets come in. So this is all targeting, demographics, geographics, and interest. And then we've got your ads, which is where you'll actually create the ad. That's what people see. It's your images, your videos, your copy, your creative, your headline, etc. And so, we're going to get started with setting up your campaign. The first thing we want to do is we want to decide what type of campaign we want to create. I strongly suggest you stick with two different types of campaigns. When you're trying to get patients for your practice, or you're trying to generate leads, is either going to be a conversion campaign or a lead form campaign, or lead generation campaign. Now, because this is a quick start guide, we're trying to keep this as quick and streamlined as possible and get leads signed up as quickly as possible without having to get any third-party software or apps or any additional services. If you want that information, we have that in our Practice Growth Academy, where we go through exactly how to do every type of ad that you'll want for your practice, in terms of the setup, the structure, the breakdown, and then the funnel build out, the automation, all that. But again, this quick start guide is designed to help you guys get up and running as quickly as possible without anything other than Facebook, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on Create. We're going to set up our own campaign. And then inside here, you can kind of decide what type of campaign you want to create. Conversion is typically what I do when I'm doing lead generation for clients, and I do this for myself. But this requires a third party, right? So we are sending them somewhere else to a sign-up page, ClickFunnels. Even, if you have a website you wanted to send people to, which I typically don't encourage unless your website is built for conversions. But what we want to do is we want to get leads, right? We want to get people to sign up for the offer, name, email, and phone number. And so we're going to do lead generation. And we can just name this back pain leads, right? And we are going to do campaign budget optimization. We're going to set the daily budget. I'm just going to put $30. So 30 to 35, 40 bucks a day is pretty good for about $1,000 to $1,200 a month budget. Campaign bid strategy, keep it at the lowest. As far as daily budget, you can adjust this to whatever numbers make sense for your practice. Make sure you know your cost per lead is, cost per acquisition, etc. But $30 is good number to start with. And then not going to mess with creating split tests. That's obviously a little bit more advanced. We're trying to get this up and running quickly. So let's go ahead and move forward. We're going to select what page we want to run it from. I'm just going to go ahead and just use the marketing page as an example. At the top, you have your ad set name. You're going to want to name this uniquely in a way that allows you to identify this ad set, but I'm going to show you what that looks like at the end. And so we're going to select it. We make sure that we're marketing on the right page. If you have multiple pages inside your business manager, you want to select the right one. Dynamic creative, we're not going to mess with that. Basically what that does is it allows you to create multiple combinations of ads very quickly. This is a good tool to use. There used to be third-party software that you could use for this. It's not that much harder just to do it manually, and I'll show you again how that works. But this is something you can do if you want to create multiple ad images on the same ad copy to test different images or different headlines, etc. So this is something that we cover in the Practice Growth Academy course and training. But let's go ahead and move on. We're not going to mess with catalog. The catalog is, we're not trying to sell a specific product or anything like that, so we're not going to mess with catalog. All right, so what we're going to do for audience is first we need to think about who we want to market to. Who is our ideal client? Who's our ideal patient? Who's our ideal customer? Who are we trying to bring people in? Right? So you have to think about your ideal person that you want to bring in, what that avatar looks like. What we're going to do for this quick start is we're going to cast a wide net. We're going to keep it simple. It's always important to make sure that you're marketing to people that live here, especially if you're a brick and mortar business, especially a practice, right? You're trying to bring in patients. So you want to make sure you're marketing to people that live here. They're not just visiting. Next, you're going to X out the United States, and then you're going to type in your location for your practice. I just recommend typing in your address. And then it's going to default to about 10-mile radius, and you'll see the potential reach is 200,000 people. So I could leave that as is. I can make it a little smaller if I want. Sometimes Facebook will throw the numbers off, but it looks like we're pretty good. 7 to 10 miles is usually pretty good. If you're a chiropractic office, you're trying to bring in chiropractic patients, 7 to 10 miles is good. If you're trying to bring in medical pain management, you can go a little further, 15 to 20 miles. It really just depends on your demographic. It's best to do a data mining where you look at your practice patients, look where they're coming from, how far they're willing to drive for the different services that you're offering. If you're a continuity type of practice where they need to come in 2 or 3 times a week, like chiropractic or physical therapy, you want to make sure that you're not marketing too far away because it needs to be realistic for them to continue to come in, right? Ideal leads is what we're going for. If you have a medical pain management or regenerative medicine or something like that, you can typically market a little further away because people don't need to come and see you as often. So just play around with that. You can actually create multiple split tests there and test different ranges and radiuses, and I can show you how to do that. Age, we want to market to people that are qualified. So typically with most practices, it's going to be 30 and up or 30 to 60. If you want to exclude Medicare, make sure you're coming down to 62, 63 years old. But I'm going to select 30 to 60. And then all men, so all is going to be men and women, men and then women only. You can see how the potential reach has already dropped just by selecting the age range. And I've changed the age range. If I selected women only, it's going to go from 65,000 down to 37,000. But I'm going to keep it at all because we want to do a quick start, right? This is simple, but I do find that typically women, this is a little tip, women are better quality leads, they convert better. So women 30 to 60 is usually really good, but I want to cast a little bit wider net. I'm not going to worry about detailed targeting. Detailed targeting is when you can go in and do interest-based targeting, job description, etc. So I'll show you what it looks like really fast, but I'm going to leave this open. If I were looking for chiropractic patients, maybe I would want to market to people that have specific income or live in a certain area, obviously, or if they work for certain employers, job titles. So, for example, police, fire, teachers. In our area, all have great insurance that we work with, and so we can market directly to them based off their job title. I could market to people that are married only if I wanted to, or single. I could market to people that show an interest in fitness and wellness and alternative health, etc. So you have interest here, fitness and wellness, and you can select the whole category, or you can select individual sections of that category. So you can see if I select that category, the number is going to go from 65,000 down to 41,000, right? So that gives me a nice big list of people that are interested in these things, right? Depending on your practice style or practice model. If I were marketing for arthritis, I may type in arthritis. I could also type in, so arthritis awareness, I could type in the joint that I'm trying to market to, for example, knee. I could type in joint stiffness, and then here's the easy thing you can do. You can actually go over here to suggestions, and it'll give you a list of things that you could go ahead and just select. So I can click on bone, sciatic nerve, hip, ankle, foot. You kind of see it, it'll pre-populate different interest keywords based off of the list that's here. And as you select, this will update and change accordingly, right? If I want to target for regenerative medicine stem cell, so I could type in regenerative medicine. I could type in stem cell. You can see stem cell therapies there. Platelet-rich plasma. You can kind of see that list will change a little bit, even then aesthetics. So you just think about different keywords that are associated with whatever service that you're trying to market or whatever product you're trying to sell, etc. So that's how that works. So you have interests, So you have demographics, interests, and behaviors, and then each of those have different subcategories. You can select the whole subcategory or individual keywords, depending on how you want to do it. But I want to cast a wide net here, so I'm going to keep this open. If I were to do this for regenerative medicine, I would definitely be marketing for people that have shown interest in regenerative medicine already. If I were marketing for osteoarthritis patients for knee pain, I would definitely change this and put this age around 45 and up, or maybe even 50 and up. Because we work with Medicare, I would definitely change that to 65 and up. Right? So different examples, if you're working for regenerative medicine stem cell, 45 to 50 and up. Women are going to be a little bit better quality leads typically, but an open demographic on the gender is not a bad idea. You can create split tests if you want. You can also do exclusion. So if you wanted to market in your area, but you didn't want your competition to know about it, you could exclude people based off their industry types. You could exclude physicians. You could exclude doctors. You could exclude chiropractors, etc. And so then anybody that has that set up as their job title, they would not see your ad. So an exclusion and inclusion-based targeting, okay? Connection type, we're not going to mess with connection type. You don't want to only market to people that like your page or exclude people that like your page. I would just leave that alone because you want it to kind of go out to everybody. Edit placements, I do recommend. So edit your placements. You're going to want to keep these only on the Facebook feed. It's the only one that typically performs at a higher level. If you're marketing to younger population, you can get over to Instagram. Audience network is going to go to third party, and then Messenger. Typically, people are already on there for a reason, so they're, you can use those and you can play around with them. But again, for the sake of this course, we want to just keep it simple. So I recommend Facebook feed only, and we're not going to mess with anything else. So we want to market on all mobile devices. If you were running, for example, if you build a specific app that was only compatible with iOS, then you could, so Apple products, you could make sure that it only showed up on iOS, because it doesn't make sense to market to someone that's on an Android device. So that's why that option's there. We're going to leave this all the same. We're not going to mess with it. And now we're already into creating our ad. Now, as far as creating an ad, we keep it really simple. we want to keep it hook, story, offer. So there's a specific structure to creating good quality ads. You want to have a hooky headline. You want to hook people, get their attention. You want to tell them a quick story about, or just basically go into what you're doing and why, and then tell them what to do next, right? So I'm just going to put in single image, and then I'm going to go ahead and select an image. Give me just a second. All right, so I've got my image for back pain. Now, images you can play around with, but it's always encouraging to get images of you as the physician treating a patient or interacting with the patient, or a quick video introduction explaining what you're offering, what you're doing. These 3D images all work really well as well. Just make sure that you don't show people in pain. This ad probably wouldn't get approved, but I'm just going to keep it in there for the sake of doing this because it's easy and it's on hand. But if Facebook is very sensitive about what types of images you can run and how much ad copy and different things like that can be on the image. So they don't want words on the image, and they don't want to show people in pain or suffering, and they don't want to show anything that is sexual at all in any aspect. So if I had this down further, they may flag it because it's showing over the glute region. But for the sake of getting this up and running, I'm just going to keep that there. And I actually may have this ad currently running, so this image may be fine. An easy way to kind of find images, go to free stock images or go and buy images on any type of image sourcing website. It's worth investing in a few images. But the 3D images all work great. And free stock images inside of Facebook are typically not recommended. They're not very good. They know what they have already, and so they want to show original content that keeps people engaged. So I would not recommend necessarily using these stock images. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to create the text of the ad. So here on the right, you can see a preview or display of, that's right there, ad preview. This is kind of showing you what your Facebook ad is going to be looking like. And so we're going to go with text. So I'm just going to just paste some text here that I've already written up. So how this works and how good ad copy works is very simple. Hook, story, offer. Hook is basically what grabs their attention. So if you saw exciting news, knee pain treatment for chronic knee pain sufferers, that actually works. So I just copied this over from another ad. So I'm just going to change this and put back pain treatment for chronic back pain sufferers. That actually works. We've helped thousands of local area patients. It's effective for, let's see, we could put disc pain, facet pain, arthritis, osteoarthritis, strains, sprains, and more. The benefits: non-drug, non-surgical, etc. And so you can kind of see it. This is how you structure it. Hook is you're getting them to stop and pay attention. Story is what's going on. So here's our story, right? The benefits, we're highlighting benefits versus features, and we're even handling an objection down at the bottom. It's even effective for patients who've already had surgery, right? And then obviously you want to make sure your copy's all straight. It's even effective for patients who've already had surgery. And then offer. At the very end, we're telling them exactly what to do. Get a free consultation to speak with one of our pain specialists to learn more, right? And so you can kind of see that's the structure. And then you're going to put in your display link. You don't have to mess with that. If you wanted to have a third-party display link, you could, but we're doing lead form ad inside of Facebook, so it's going to stay inside of Facebook. So we don't need that. For the headline is typically going to be a version of your hook, right? Or a highlight of your benefits. And so here's an example of a headline from a knee ad, but I'm going to change that real fast. See, back pain treatments that work. No surgery, no drugs, right? So nice and simple. And then newsfeed link description. It's just additional text that emphasizes why people should visit your website or sign up for your offer, right? They're not going to see it on everything, but you could absolutely put in there. So what I'll just do is I'll highlight the free consultation side of it, limited appointments available, right? So there's a little bit of a takeaway psychology there, limited amount. And so that's it. That's the ad. That would be a really good ad for back pain. I have no doubt that this would pull patients in if you're marketing for back pain. Sign up could be left alone. Learn more. If you're sending them to a landing page where there's more copy, more content, more video, learn more is great because it's a little bit lower threat level from a standpoint of someone actually having to surrender information or money. So learn more always typically gets people to go to the next page versus sign up is very straightforward. But sign up is perfectly fine for this specific one. I could activate a pixel, but because I'm not leaving the page, I'm not going to mess with it. And that's it. So the ad itself is ready to go. I'm ready to rock and roll. The only thing I need left is to create my form. And so a form is basically, you can see here as an example on the right, you see a Facebook ad, and instead of it leaving Facebook, it stays inside of Facebook. And the reason why that's kind of cool is because it pre-populates their name, their phone number, their email, etc. But in most cases, what you're going to be doing inside this form is you're going to be putting in the highlights of the content, the call to action, etc. So I'll show you what that looks like. And so the form type, we're going to keep it really simple. We just want more volume, right? We want to give people a chance to sign up as easily and simply as possible. You're going to get a lot of leads this way. If you wanted to be more selective about your leads, a higher intent basically just means that it requires them to review their information before they submit and confirm their information. I don't find that this number matters that much on Facebook lead forms, but it's up to you. I'm just going to keep it at more volume because I'd always rather get more names, emails, and phone numbers that I can plug into my back-end marketing. We're going to go into the intro. The headline is kind of the same thing as it was before, right? So we're going to do a free consultation. So there's the headline, just getting a free back pain treatment consultation. We're going to use the same image from the ad. We're going to leave that alone. Questions, you could put in a qualifying questions in here if you want. Typically all we want to do is get their name, email, and phone number. All right, so the first thing is their email. We're going to get their full name, and then we're going to go ahead and ask for their phone number. All right, so and this is what the form is going to look like. Get a free back pain treatment consultation sent by providing your information below. It wouldn't be a bad idea to put more content or copy in the paragraph form over here, or even just the bulleted content. So I could take the same content as that was in the ad and pull that over. I'm going to do that right now. All right, so I've dragged everything over from the ad. So you can see we've kind of highlighted again. So we're getting a free back pain treatment consultation, non-drug, non-surgical, right? Sign up by providing information below, and then they're going to submit, right? So questions, if we've got the contact information that we want to get. Privacy policy, you have to have a privacy policy. So the way that works is just go to your website. If you don't have a privacy policy on your website, you need to get one. You're required to have one by HIPAA. And it's a good idea to have it on your website. It's got to be visible on every page. So put that, and then you're just going to take that link that goes to your privacy policy and you're going to paste that in here. So I'm going to do that now. All right, so here we go. All right, so there's our privacy policy for Annapolis Pain Management. And then thank you screen. Just make sure that it says what you want it to. Ideally, what we want to do here is we want to get them to call in, right? So we've got their information. They've signed up for this offer. Now we really want to get them to take action. So instead of thanks, you're all set, it's I usually say something like you're almost there. All right. So the idea is we want to get them to call us as quickly as possible and to take action and confirm their appointment, right? They've signed up for a free consultation or free appointment. Or we could redirect them to a calendar page so we can learn more about our practice here. Or we could say, use our online calendar to schedule here, or download our new patient forms here. If you don't have any of that set up, it makes things a lot easier if you can. But the idea here is just to get something in there to get them to take action that lets them know that they're not done, all right? You can also put view website. You see the button, it's kind of at the bottom. You can send them to another page. You can have them download a form and put your link for your online intake form. Take them to your website, put the link there. All right, and so now we're all set. So I'm gonna hit save. finish. Let's see. Now we'll finish. And that's our form. We can create multiple forms if we want to swap those out, but this is the one that's selected now. And so now everything is ready to go. So I just hit confirm down at the bottom. I could also save it as a draft. But now this campaign is ready to go. So right now it's in review. What it's going to ask me to do now is when someone signs up, we need to be able to get that information extracted from Facebook. And so we can do it in one of two ways. One is to manually download that CSV from the page, or the other option is to set up a CRM. And the way that you would use a CRM is using something like Zapier to zap over the leads. But again, this is a quick start tool. We want to get you guys set up running right away without any extra setups or content. If you know how to set up a CRM, you can definitely play around with that. But what I would recommend you do is if you're just starting out and you want to get something up right away as quickly as possible, you're just going to go to your publishing tools and you can download your CRM there, or your CSV file, which basically is all of the leads that have come in. And so here is where your forms library is, and when people sign up, you're going to have a lead count here and you can download it from there. And that's it. So this campaign is now in review. It's actually officially in review. I'm going to go turn this off so it doesn't go through and start running. To get this account funded, you're going to want to go up back to the top into the menu. You're going to go to tools and go to billing, and it'll walk you through exactly how to set up your billing, add your credit card form, and from there you can rock and roll. Now, I told you inside the ad sets, so if I want to navigate through here to kind of keep an eye on these numbers and watch my data and watch where I'm spending, to make sure I'm in the right campaign, I got to select that campaign. And it'll tell you what you've got going on right here at the top. If I select the campaign, now I know I've got that campaign selected. I'm only going to see ad sets from that campaign. If I have nothing selected and I go to ad sets, it's going to show me all of those ad sets. So I only want to see the ad sets and ads for that campaign. So here it is. Now, when I'm inside here, I've got these settings that I created down below. 7 mile, 45 to 65, men and women. Right? And so what I can do is I can set that up at the top. 7 mile, 45 to 65 plus, men, women. And then I could put ad copy 1 or lead form for ad copy 1, right? So I keep it labeled, so now I know what it is. And then what you can do is once you've got your ad set up and it gets approved and everything's running, you can duplicate the ad set. You're going to use the original campaign. You're not going to mess with adding any new placements, so don't let Facebook trick you. Make sure you deselect those. You're going to hit duplicate, and now it's going to be inside that same campaign, back pane leads. Here's my ad sets, and then here's my ads. I'm going to rename this, so maybe for this one I only want to do women. And now I can go down here and I can select women only, and hit publish. And now I've got 2 ad sets set up that I can test against. I can test against a women only group and a men and women group. And you can do that for any variable that you want. And that's it. So hopefully that quick start is going to get you guys up and running with your very own Facebook ads. If you want to see different examples of ad copy that you can use, you can always go and look at your competition, go to their Facebook page and go to info and ads. So if I were to go and just type, here I'll show you my own. So if you go to Annapolis Pain Management, this is my practice, go to info and ads, and you can see any ads that someone's running actively, right? So you can actually see I'm running that knee pain ad with a video. The difference between These lead form ads that I just showed you how to build those, again, this is a quick start guide. We're going to show you how to get things up and running very quickly. It keeps everything inside of Facebook. And then, all right, really quick before I forget, when you get leads running, when you get your ads up and running and you start to get leads that are signing up, you're not going to get any notifications from them. So this is the downside of this type of ad. You're going to be able to get ads up and running quickly, and you're going to be able to get leads, people are signing up, but there's no automation notifications set up where you're going to know when these leads are coming in. So you got to go in and look at your publishing tools on your page. So I'm on my page inside of Facebook Business, so you can tell the business, I'm at the top. Publishing tools, and then I'm going to go down to my forms library and my leads setup. Right, so these are my lead form ads. I can just slap on the lead form ad at the top, and you can see now here is where, this is where I can download any and all the leads. And so right here I would just go to download new leads, or download by date range, and that's going to download everything into a CSV file. So this is where you get those leads that you can download. Now, if you're doing this and you're bringing leads in using the lead form, and you're not shipping that information out or sending it anywhere else, you're going to have to make sure that you go in and check this early and often, 2-3 times a day. If you want to automate this and make it better, you want to learn this in and out to where you can send this information out using Zapier, or even send the leads to a landing page that's a little bit more customized. You're going to want to check out the Practice Growth Academy, which is basically everything from A to Z on how to set up and run your own Facebook ads. You would build out your landing pages, set up the automation, all the training and everything you need, as well as coaching and strategy calls. It's amazing. That whole program is turnkey, and you can learn exactly how to do high-level Facebook marketing, social media marketing on your own, in-house. Save yourself thousands and thousands of dollars. For some of you, that could be 6 figures or more per year, depending on what you're spending on your marketing. And so definitely check that out. It's going to allow you to basically set up better ads. So if you wanted to set up better quality ads, I can show you examples of what I'm talking about. So instead of sending those ads to a lead form that you saw before, we would actually be sending them to a custom landing page. And what those custom landing pages can look like, and here's one for our knee pain, because this is an active ad that we're running, so I'm showing you something that's in real time, what's going on. If I were to go to this link right here, so this is a custom landing page that you can build out instead of inside of a form. And if they like these exercises, now they want to sign up for a free knee screening, they can click on that link, and here's where they can sign up for that consultation. So it's a little bit more customized, a little more polished. You can put a little bit more into it. I teach you exactly how to do this. I provide these funnels, this exact funnels in there for knee pain. I have them for back pain, disc pain, sciatica, etc., as well as chiropractic ads and offers. If you wanted to do a chiropractic ad and offer, it's not very complicated to go in and set up a chiropractic offer. I can show you the different example for the ad copy there really quick. So here's an example of trying to pre-frame what is chiropractic, how does it work. So this is a cold traffic ad. You can see right here, you can just pause the screen and kind of read that. If I were to go to that URL, you're going to see it's just an introduction video on what chiropractic is, how does it work, and then if they like this, then they can click on that button and it takes them to our sign up page. And then our sign up page for chiropractic, we haven't ran this ad in a long time, but $27 offer. It's an introduction offer, so it's that front end marketing, back end return, bringing quality leads, and then we run them through the process, right? So we actually show you exactly how to build these ads out as well, these funnels. These are extremely effective. So if you want to learn how to do this, check out Practice Growth Academy. You're going to love it. We go through everything in a lot more depth. You can learn how to run chiropractic ads, pain management, physical medicine, regenerative medicine, stem cell, etc. So it's all the same depending on who you're trying to market to, creating good ad copy, and then sending to a landing page or a lead form that is designed to convert. All right. So thanks so much. Hope you guys like this quick start guide. I'd love to get feedback from you if you have any. Send us a message on Facebook, social media, and be sure to check out our book, Practice Marketing Secrets, and Practice Growth Academy. If you want to take your marketing to your practice to that next level, be sure to check those out. And so that's it for now. I'll see you guys later on.